Do you have a small entryway and you don't know what to do with it? So stay with me on this video and I'll show you 10 ways you can make your entryway more functional and beautiful. So entryways, they are usually left aside when we talk about design. And I'm here to tell you that entryways, they are as important as any other room in your home. In fact, I believe that entryways, they are actually one of the most important places in your house. That is where you welcome your guests. In most cases, it's the first place you step in when you get to your home from work. It's where the kids leave their shoes, their backpacks, is where you leave your scarves, your purse, your bags, where we drop off our keys, where we leave our cell phones sometimes. And for being the first place you step in when you get to your home from work, it's a place of security. Now, there are so many ways you can style and design your front entry. You can add wallpaper, you can have a nice chandelier, you can buy a nice console table, add some board and batten, paint it monochromatic, add a different color to your entry. So let's talk about some ways you can make your front entry a little bit more interesting. Number one, entryways are usually a place where you can take design risks. Entryways are the perfect place for you to take design risks. So if you have a small entry, you have the perfect opportunity to experiment with a bold design. So as you can see on this image here, you can add an interesting color to your wall, or like on this one, have a geometric wallpaper on your walls as well. That will create that wow factor when your guests come in your house. Another option is to add some wall paneling and shoe storage like we did here on this project. Idea number two, paint your front door. Look how cute and welcoming is a colorful front door. Idea number three, if you have an enclosed entryway, going all monochromatic is a great idea, especially if you want to impress your guests. Idea number four, if you don't have a designated shoe storage, you can just create one. You can simply get a nice and cheap shelf from IKEA and place your shoes on it. Or IKEA has several shoe storage options that are not expensive at all. Like this one here, that it's only $45 in Canada. And if you find this boring, you can always change the design. Like on this option here, the shoe storage was just painted. And on this one, they add some wood top on it. And on this option here, they just added some cute handles. So there are ways you can make this cheap shoe storage very appealing. Another cute and simple idea, and this would be number 5, is to have a nice bench in your front entry. Underneath this bench, you can just add a nice mat and place your shoes there. Or like on this option here, you can have some wire baskets and place your shoes in those baskets. So if you have small kids with lots of shoes and you don't have a shoe storage unit, you can definitely get some wire baskets for each child and place all their shoes in it under a bench. And if you don't want to use the bench for sitting, that's okay. I think it's super helpful to have a bench so you can sit and put your shoes on comfortably and take them off, especially for some pregnant women. I remember when I was pregnant, it was a pain to put my shoes on and remove them, especially in the winter when we have to wear these big and clunky snow boots. But if you don't like the idea of having that bench as a seating, you can always decorate that. You can actually put your shoes on top of it as well, or place your hats, your bags, your purse. Now, idea number 6 is to have hooks. Hooks are wonderful, especially if you have small kids too. So I'm always going back to small kids because I do have two. So I think hooks are wonderful, especially if they are in a perfect height for your kids to reach by themselves. Hooks don't only serve a purpose, but they can be a very small and cute design piece. So there are some ugly ones out there, but there are some really nice ones that you can find on Amazon, Walmart, Etsy, and you can make them yourself as well. Hooks are especially useful if you don't have a front closet. You can hang your purse on them, you can hang jackets, hats, scarves, and they will look extremely cute if they are placed on top of a bench, like on this photo here. On this project here that we worked on, we didn't have a front closet. And our clients, they really wanted a place for shoe storage and a place to hang some light jackets, hats, purse. So we just created this super nice front entry with a shoe storage and a paneling on the wall, and we just added some really cute hooks. So be creative with how you use your hooks and with the design that you choose. Now, idea number 7. If you would love to have a console table or a place where you can put your keys or your cell phone or some nice scented candles, but you don't have room for that, one option is to use a shallow shelf that will not interfere with the circulation in your front entry, like on this option here. So this shelf is extremely shallow, and you can add some flowers, you can add a scented candle, so you have that nice smell when you get into your home, and see how nice it looks with that round mirror. So this is a great alternative to console tables. Now, idea number 7. If you don't have an entryway, so what happens? In some cases, you just step in and you're right in your living room or in your dining room, in your open concept living area. This is really common with old houses. And I want to show you an idea that we had when we were renovating a home from the 60s. So this is a picture of the front entry. So there is not actually a front entry. There is a front door, and we had the living room on one side and the dining room on the other side. The clients didn't want to add a front closet and create a separation between living room and dining room. So we left everything open and we just added a bench and a storage unit combo. This is very charming. They wanted to go with an old farmhouse style, but you can also have some modern ones like this one. And there are so many different ways you can actually style that. You can put some pillows, you can have some baskets underneath. Those baskets can serve as a shoe storage as well. So if you don't actually have a front closet or a formal front entry, this would be a great option for you. Now, idea number 9, lighting. I always like to talk about lighting because lighting is usually left aside in design, especially if it's a do-it-yourself project. We designers, we usually like to think about lighting, but for most homeowners, if they are renovating or if they're just doing some makeover, very simple upgrade, they don't actually think about lighting. And lighting can make any room feel completely different. So for a front entry, if you have a tall ceiling, you can add a super nice chandelier like on this photo here. Or you can have a sconce on top of your front door like on this picture. You can also have a wall sconce above a picture frame, above your bench, above your console table. Now, if you don't want to do any electrical work at all, but you still want to add some lighting to your front entry, you can just have a lamp, like a desk lamp. You can place that on your console table or even on that shallow shelf that I mentioned before. Now, last but not least, the final tip, the final idea for your front entry. If you want to try something a little bit more expensive and that involves a little bit of work and renovation, one great idea is to change your floor in your front entry. So what we usually see is a front entry with laminate or hardwood or vinyl plank. Sometimes we do see tile as well in some cases, but just like the regular boring white and cream tile. But what I'm going to suggest to you is actually going with a patterned tile in your front entry. Look on this photo here, how welcoming that is. And you can link your pattern detail with some of the decor elements, like the pillow or some throws, or even the baskets that you're gonna be using. So there are so many ways you can make an entry very interesting and appealing. And these are just 10 small ways to make that happen. Now, if you have any other ideas, please leave your comment below. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you like my content, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching our videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye!